Hey guys, what's up? Shin0525 here. It's Sunday, so we're doing a drawing video, and today's video is going to be on Psycho from Borderlands. And this video was requested by, I'm probably not going to pronounce your name right, so I'm just going to spell it NXSDED, Nexted. Hopefully that's pronounced right. So thank you so much for your request. Yeah, we're drawing Psycho from Borderlands. I've actually played Borderlands like for 2 seconds once on my Vita. Didn't like it, but that's mainly just because I don't like first-person shooters. But other than that, yeah, we're going to be drawing Psycho here today. So without further ado, get your pencils ready and let's jump in. Alright guys, so I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible, break it down real simple shapes at first. Because he's a little complicated, I won't lie. But what we're going to start off with is drawing a nice, decent-sized circle right here for his head. And keep it light, again, this is just kind of like the gesture, kind of mapping out everything, so don't make it too dark. And then what we could do is get a line going down here for the center of his head. And then his jaw is going to be slightly tilted, and about there is pretty good. And then we can get kind of like a head shape. Something like this. It's okay if it's a little bit bigger than the circle, like this one. So something like that. And then basically what we're going to get is we're going to get kind of like this oval that goes around the bottom portion of his head here. And it's going to kind of be like where like his collarbone is, and like his shoulders are going to be up here, and we can kind of gesture that in with like kind of like an oval. Get another one about here. And then we're going to get his chest, which is going to be kind of like this square, and we'll draw like a middle line going down the center of it. Something like that. So that'd be like his pecs, and then we'll have a nice kind of curve line going down here. Kind of curve out a little bit. So I'll go in, have kind of almost like a little bit of an hourglass figure. And then I'll just connect right here. And then we can get a line going down for like his ab region. Actually, we can get two. So a line going down here, here, and then kind of like here. And they follow kind of this curve that we have here. So it'll indent in around there. And then we'll have like his belt, which will just be like a little rectangle on the bottom here. Like that. And then his arm's going to go off here. So we're just going to kind of draw like another oval about there. Kind of make the shoulder a little bit bigger. And then just to finish it off, he's going to have his hands pointed as like a gun. So these are going to be like his two fingers. Then they're going to go out. Here, you kind of see him bend a little bit. And then his thumb will be about there like that. And then this arm will just kind of go out here. Like that. So that's pretty much good for the gesture. Again, keep it nice, simple. We're just kind of marking down where everything's going to be. But now that we got that down, what we could start off drawing is his face, since that's pretty much the most important part here. And what we could do is we could draw a line going across for where the eyes should be, about here. And you can kind of have it on like a little bit of an angle. Like that. And then we mark off where his eyes are going to be. Kind of about there. He has like big goggles on this mask. So something like that. And now we can kind of start going into detail. Basically what I like doing is starting off with his eyes. So this is a pretty good size for the eyes here. And I like starting off with his eyebrow. So what we're going to do is draw a little curve line going over here, down, and then cutting across the eye like that. And then for the eye itself, for like the goggle part, it's going to be a straight line going down, a line going over, across, up, over, and then in. So it's kind of like a hexagon, I think. Is the right name for that shape. And it's going to go down, over, in, up. So we're going to draw just a line hugging this line that we made here. Like that. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So nice little C shape like that. It's going to go down, over, like that. And then we're going to get a line going down, over, across, up, over, and in, like that. And then another line hugging the inside, like that. And then you get a nice big circle for his eye here. Makes him look crazy. So he's fitting in the name Psycho. And once we get that down, we can draw in kind of like his eyebrow line here. So it's just a little curved line that kind of wraps around like that. Same thing over here, kind of just wraps around. And then we can kind of get in his nose now that we got his eyes. We can kind of get his nose, which kind of be like this upside down kind of triangle right here. Or just triangle right here. I was going to say upside down V. And then we're going to get a nice big circle here for like his air filter mouth thing. But once we have these two kind of gestured in, after we got the eyes, we can kind of draw like his head shape. So, what we could do is draw a nice, so this is a pretty decent size for the mouthpiece, so we're going to kind of just use that. So we're going to go a little bit underneath and just draw kind of like this curve line going across like this. And it's going to kind of curve up, in, kind of straighten out a little bit. And then go straight up, kind of curve in where the eye is, just slightly, very slight. It's going to go up and around like that. And then kind of the same thing on this side. We're going to just kind of curve in a little bit, kind of straighten up when we get to the like back of the chin here. Kind of go up. The hand's going to kind of cover some of it up, so that's okay. It's going to go up, over, and across like this. So there's that. And then we can get, just finish off the top of the head because it's easy. We're going to get a line going up. You basically get this little rectangle that follows the top of the head here. And then we're going to get a strap here, which is just two lines going out, kind of curving into one another. And then once we got that strap in, we could draw in his skull, or the top of his head, which is just like this curve line like that. So there's that, and now we could draw in his ear. His ear is just going to be like this nice little curve line, like that. It just pops out a little bit. If you want to put a little bit of detail, you can draw a line kind of hugging it like this, and a little line in like that. Nothing too special. But now that we got that down, we could draw in his nose a little bit better. Basically, it's kind of this shape, but it's going to straighten out a little bit more on top, kind of go down, have like a little bit of a curve to it. Same thing over here. There's going to be two curve lines here and here, like that. And now for his like air filter thing he has going on here. Basically what you want to do is just draw a nice big circle, like this. And then on the edges, you want to give it a little bit of depth to kind of make it like a cylinder. Very short cylinder, kind of like a tuna can or something. Like that. And then we're going to get a circle in the middle here. And what you could do is draw another little circle and then lines going out like this. Little curve lines. And then here for the bigger like filter, what you're going to do is you're going to draw two parallel lines. Very similar to like the lines going out here. But you're just going to basically draw two of them. And you want them curving in the same way. So, I already screwed up. I curved it the other way. Circle, curve line, curve line. You want them all kind of curving in the same direction. Like this. Like that. And then what you want to do is at the edges here, you just want to draw a curve line going in. Or a straight line going in like this. And it kind of gives it like a filter look to it. And once we got that down, we could draw in his kind of cheekbones. They kind of connect to this filter here. So basically what it is a straight line going up. Kind of curves over and in like this. So for like a cheekbone, like that. And kind of same thing on this side. It's going to go out a little bit, kind of curve in a little bit, over and up, like that. And then just to finish off his mask, we can draw like the detail. They kind of look like tracks almost. I don't know what you call them, but they're just kind of details that he has on his mask. So basically what you can do is you're going to get a big U shape, like right in between the eyes here, and then you're going to get another one. Like that. And then it's going to kind of continue like by the eye, but it's not going to go over it. So it'll continue about here, kind of curve down and in like this. Same thing. And then it'll continue here. And again, since it's going over a fold, you can kind of offset it just slightly, just to make it look like it's going over the fold. Same thing on this side, curve line going this way, like this. And a curve line, curve line. So that's one set, and he has a second set that's going to go up here, kind of attached to the edge of the eye here. Going to go over the eyebrow, and then up and past the mask here, like that. And then same thing on this side. And go across the eyebrow, and over and up, over and up, like that. And now the only thing left to do for the mask is in the middle of these shapes, you just want to draw a third line that kind of hugs it in the middle like this. And then same thing on these. Like that. So something like that. And then what you want to do is in the middle here, you just want to kind of draw lines going, little straight lines going down. Kind of makes it look like a track almost. I think this might be like stitch work. But basically it's just these straight lines going across like this. And you want them right in the middle. Like that. So that's pretty much it for his head here. So now that that's done, we could actually draw in the fingers and the hand, since that's the next kind of thing in front. So basically for the hand, this is actually a pretty good gesture. What I like doing is we could draw in the knuckles, which go on an arc, a slight arc. And then basically just kind of just start jumping into detail. He's going to have two fingers right here and here for like the gun that he's making. We'll see that these fingers kind of curve in a little bit, just slightly. And yeah, so basically what you do is you just kind of gesture out some finger shapes. We're going to get a nice kind of nub here. That's going to go in. Get another one about there for this finger, like that. Here we're going to get a nice little curve line and curve in like this. Another one about here, slightly smaller than this one. It's going to go out, kind of straighten out and go in like that. And then the thumb here, we can draw the knuckle. It's going to go out like this. So this thumb shape would be something like this. Follow the oval a little bit. Kind of curve in. Around. This is going to overlap it. So something like that. That's a pretty good like starting for the hand. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to draw in like kind of the glove now. So his wrist part's going to be about here. And then off that we're going to get a kind of like this little rectangle on the bottom. Like that. It's going to have a little button right there, so you can draw in a circle. And then here we're going to get a nice big kind of U shape, or really wide U, almost like another rectangle. And then what we're going to do is draw another line hugging that, like that. And there's going to be a line curving this way off of it, or two lines, like that. And now he has like fingerless glove, so to draw that in, it's just going to be like this curved line that curves down and over like that. Kind of curve over and in. And then the glove he's wearing has there's the two outside, so the pointer finger and the index or the pinky, the index finger and the pinky. That's the word I was looking for. Are fingerless, so to draw that in, we're just going to draw a nice little curved line like this. Wrap it around. Nice like long rectangle. Same thing on this side, kind of like a nice little rectangle that wraps around the finger. So going to go out and over. And since we could draw on the joints here, so there'd be one here and one there. So we'll kind of pop out a little bit, kind of go back in, pop out a little bit, kind of go in, like that. Very subtle on this one because again the fabric's kind of covering it. And then on the joint for just the index finger, you can draw like a line like that. And then two little lines next to it just so kind of show like the knuckle where all the skin kind of stretches out. And then you get the fingernail here, which is kind of like this little box at the end here. Like that. On this knuckle, you just get a little curved line like this. And now just kind of finish off the details here. Where his knuckles are, you're going to get like these teardrop shapes. So it's going to be like something like that. And you're going to get one on each knuckle. Like that. Perfect. And there's actually going to be another one right here for that finger. And then we could just kind of darken in the thumb a little bit better. Like that. And that's pretty much it for his hand that we need. So now we could go into the body, and the body is actually not too bad. So mainly because like we have a pretty good gesture for where everything is. So I'm going to start off with like his chest here, his pecs. And basically what you're going to want to do is we're going to start about here on it. And we're just going to draw a line going down, kind of over. And it's going to curve up a little bit. And then down, over, and then in like this. And then we're going to get his collarbone here, which is going to be a line kind of starting here with a little bit of a curve. And go down, be right under his jaw here. And then in the center, there's going to be like a little space, and then we're going to start it up again. Like that. And then for his chest, instead of doing like a straight line across, he has like you can kind of see like the muscles where they kind of pull a little bit. So to draw that in on this kind of like faint straight line that we have here, we're just going to draw a curved line that curves in, like curves up when it hits the center, and then kind of curves out a little bit. Like that. We're going to get another one. Kind of like different, and you want to keep them like kind of different lengths too. And maybe like one on one side, one on the other. Kind of like that. These would kind of go up. If you were extended, it'd go up like that. This would be like the bottom head of the muscle. Like that. And then that we got that down, we'll finish up like his upper body, then we'll go into his lower. So to do his upper body, we're going to start about here on the ear. And we're just going to draw a nice curve line, curving in like this. And off of it, we're going to go straight into the shoulder here, which is going to be another curve line that curves over and in like this. And then his bicep or his tricep on here will curve out. We don't see a lot of it because it gets cut off from the page. And then we're going to get another little curve line right about here to show another kind of head of the shoulder muscle. If you want to, you can get a nice little curve line here to show like his trapezius muscle right there. And now we're going to take a break on that, and we're going to just draw this arm in a little bit. Pretty much the same thing. So about here, we're going to just get a curve line. Again, the hand kind of covers a lot of it up. But then we'll get a nice little curve line right here for the shoulder. And a little curve line right there. Like that. And now we can draw on the rest of the arm. So basically the rest of the arm's kind of going to go off the chest here. So we're going to start a little bit lower than where this line ends. Just draw a line going up, kind of like that. You get to a point, just kind of curve over like that. And again, kind of disappear at the edge of the paper. And now that we got that done, we could draw in his lower body. So I'm going to start about here. And this is actually a pretty good kind of gesture that we have for it. So we're going to start about here, kind of draw a line going over. Kind of have it curve in just slightly and curve out. And then where it gets to the shoulder here, it's going to be a straight line going across like this. And then just kind of curving out like that for the arm. And then here, we're going to get a nice curve line curving out. Kind of going in and then in a little bit. There might be even a little bit of a fold here. It's going to pop out, go in a little bit more like that. And now we could actually draw on his belt, because the belt's kind of in front of his stomach a little bit. So we'll start with that. So basically for the belt, it's actually pretty simple. We're going to get kind of like rectangles here, and then another one about there, and then just one more about here, like that. And then the belt, it's going to kind of go off, do its own thing for a little bit. Like this, but that's pretty much good for the gesture that we need. So to start jumping into detail here, for these rectangles, you can kind of just darken in this side and then just have a line going up, hugging it really closely and then going down like that. Same thing over here, so just curve line going up, over and then down. Same thing on this one, over and then down like that. And for his belt, he's going to have two metal pieces right at the end here. And to draw that in, it's just these long rectangles. You get one, and then another one right next to it. You can darken in this shape. That. And then his belt buckle thing will just be another rectangle, like that. And it'll curve in, curve in. Have a little bit of a dip at the end here, and then curve in. Same thing over here. That in, dip, curve it in like that. It will also have another nicer curve line like there. And then at the edge of this rectangle, you're going to get two kind of like U shapes like this. And then these are going to be followed by two sets of circles that go along like this. These are like the hoop things where the metal part goes through. And you can draw them kind of going in on the other side. But there's two sets of them, so two rows. So you get one row and the second row. Like that. And that's pretty much it for his belt. And now just to finish it off, we can draw in his abs. So this is actually a pretty good gesture line for his abs right here. He's going to have his belly button about here. And then basically for the abs, all you want to do is like off the belly button. Or actually before it. So we're going to get a line here. So this is going to be where the abs break here. We're going to get another line about there, and then one more line kind of like that. And then on these breaks, what you're basically going to do is kind of just draw in a little bit of a diamond shape. So you get a nice little curve line. There'd be another slight one here and here, so you get kind of like this diamond. And it's going to curve up, and then curve down a little bit. Kind of curve up, curve down, like that. Kind of go around the belly button a little bit. And the trick to drawing like kind of good abs is like don't have all the lines connecting. Put a little bit of space in between, like that. Kind of curve up a little bit here and a little bit over here. Again, you don't want all the lines kind of touching each other, so you definitely want space in between them. Because it just kind of makes them look a little bit more like real. But you should get something that looks like that. So, oh, and if you want to, you get a little curve line right here too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how you draw Psycho from Borderlands. I will put the sketch that we just did right here. And here is a more inked version. Right there. And there you go. So, yeah, honestly, he's kind of tough. The mask is a little tricky, and he's one of those characters that, just the way they, like, make him in the game, there's, like, a lot of detail to it. So a lot of, like scuff marks on the mask, a bunch of, like, dirt marks on the skin, and a lot of times when people, like, draw, like, a character, there's, like, a lot of detail on them. The details kind of, like, throw them off. So, best advice I could give is really just kind of break it down to, like, simple shapes, like, simple big shapes. Don't get so caught up on all, like, the, like, little dirt marks he has on him. Just kind of look at the bigger shapes in general and just kind of break it down that way. But anyway, guys, thank you again, NXSDED, for the request. I do take requests, so if you guys have any, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. The way they work is I just take your name, what you requested, and then on Sunday when I make a drawing video, I just randomly pick one off the list. There's no time frame, if you were wondering. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.